that moment, Sita was kidnapped by Ravan, and Lord was crying for Sita and roaming. So why was the Lord crying? The Lord is himself complete. There is no separation and no union. They are complete, like the milk and whiteness. Similarly, the Lord and his Shakti are one. But we see she was kidnapped and he was crying. And Lord Shiva is saying, Lord, what a beautiful drama you are doing. Why you are crying? You are making the whole world cry. I am enjoying the pastime. Lord Shiva is thinking that way. But ordinary people are getting bewildered. Is he a Lord? If he is a Lord, how can why we cannot didn't he know about it? And if he knew, why didn't he stop it? What was the Lord trying to tell us through this pastime? Lakshman is known as Vairagya, detachment from the material world. We have attachment to love and no attachment to the material world. That is known as Vairagya, detachment. And what is the Lakshman Rekha? Lakshman is the line of Lakshman, which we have said, you will not go beyond this line. That is Vairagya ki Rekha. That is the detachment. A person may not be totally detached from the material world, but he has to draw some line. I will not go beyond this. So when Ram went after that golden deer, why did Lord Ram go after the golden deer? Why did he keep Lakshman with Sita? What was the reason? If, see, the deer is a gold, who can run after gold? A Jnani can run after gold, but not a Vairagi. A person who detached, how can he run after gold, after material? And Lakshman is Vairagya, so you cannot make him run. Lord is Gyan, a Jnani, a man with knowledge can run after gold. Oh, I want. One was this reason, the Lord. The other reason was, if Gyan goes away from your life, there is no problem. As far as Vairagya is there, detachment, Bhakti is protected. As long as Vairagya is there in your life, Bhakti is already protected. You don't have to worry. When does Bhakti go? When you cross the line of Vairagya. You may not have total detachment, but you have to have some line drawn. I cannot do beyond. Suppose you go for a party, if nobody sees you, that doesn't mean you have to take non-veg or drink, that you are crossing the line. Okay, you have to go, okay, but then you have to draw that everyone is taking, so I'm not going to take. So it means you cannot cross the line. When you cross the line, and then your bhakti is taken away by Ravan. Ravan is known as Mo. Mo means, I know this is wrong. I should not do. I know that the prayer is about me. It should be done, but I'm not going to listen to, I'm not going to follow. This is no, I know this is wrong, but still I will do. Then people do, people do that cigarette smoke in Juris 12, but still people smoke, it's written on the cigarette box also. So this is no, I know, but still I will do. So this is Ravan. So then he went away to behind that golden deer. I am speaking in stocks in very brief. It's a very big wide explanation on all these things because I have to go on the holy, so I have to give some brief explanation. When he was running behind him and he killed him, it means what? Who can kill Maya? Only the Lord can kill Maya. Maya means illusion. There is no deer as such golden deer in this world. That was an illusion. The Rakshas had assumed the form of a golden deer, and the Lord is running, and Lord killed the deer. When he killed, he assumed the Rakshasi form. So when he assumed the Rakshas form, he called out the name of Lakshman. He wanted to die in the hand of Lord Ram because he wanted to be liberated. So he called out the name of Lord Ram, to Lakshman. After the Lord had shot an arrow, and then he died, and the Lord awarded him liberation because you have thought of me at the time of death, so I will give you liberation. You had love for me, that's why I'll give you liberation. So now, when when Sita heard the name of Lakshman, she told to go. Lakshman to go. He said, the Lord isn't wrong. Lakshman laughing. Till today I heard human beings are in problem and the Lord is saving them. This is the first time I'm hearing the Lord is in front and I should go and save him. Mother, what are you talking? Then Sita spoke some harsh word. In Hindi, it's mentioned Bola, Sita. It should be Boli. Why Bola is mentioned? See, these are Hindi words, so I'm not able to explain very nicely in English, but to try to understand it. When a girl speak is mentioned to Boli, it means the Lord was speaking to Sita. He wanted Lakshman to go away. He had a certain plan in his mind. Some leela he had to perform. So the Lord was speaking through Sita. So that's why he said Sita Bola. Sita Bola. The Lord was speaking through her. And then Lakshman should not have gone. But the Lord inspired him from within to go. When Varaga goes away, then Mo comes and kidnaps Sita. So and the Lord is crying and all. So what does the Lord indicate by crying? When Bhakti goes away, a Jnani, how he becomes polluted, he wants to show. When Bhakti is there, Jnana and Vairagya are okay. But if Bhakti goes away from life, Jnana and Vairagya has no value. Do you understand this? Jnana is knowledge. And Vairagya and renunciation, they have no value if Bhakti goes away. They cannot be studied. Only when Bhakti is there, can Jnana and Vairagya remain steady. He was this trained to pass him how important Bhakti in his life. Sir, are you able to understand? Or should I repeat something again? Are you able to understand? You sure? You are able to understand. Now, I explained in brief this. Now, when Sati saw all this, she could not understand the pastor of the Lord. What was the Lord trying to do? And Lord, she was enjoying all this fasting. He knew what was the reason behind all this. He was enjoying. So I explained in brief to you. He says, how can you call this man the Lord? He said, he is the same Lord whose Katha Agastya Rishi spoke to me and whose Bhakti I have given to. She was not able to understand. He said, okay, why don't you go and test him? Go and take a test, whether who is he. She said, okay, I will take her test, but how do I take her test? What did she do? Sati assumed the form of Mother Sita. She assumed the form of Mother Sita to see whether he is the Lord or not. If I assume the role of a Sita, or the form of Mother Sita, if he is an ordinary, he will come running and embrace me. And if he is a Lord, he will realize who I am. He immediately realized who I am. When she went away, Lord Shiva wondered. I tried to explain, but she didn't understand. Because she didn't have, so I tried to explain to her also. Let us say, but she didn't have faith in me. Then what he thought? Lord, I was thinking, if I offer obeisances to you, the whole world will know. And Lord Brahma will what the blessing would go in vain, because he said you are that to be in the hand of a man. So this is what blessings are given to Ravan. That you will die in the hand of a man, because Ravan has asked that from the hand of a man. Understood? So that will be forget the world. My own two family members who I recognize you. Or you have office in front of them. Who am I to affect my wife Sati and my devotee Ravan? They do not recognize you. It means only to whom you reveal, only they can know you. This is what I have understood. Only by your mercy can a person know you. You have known this doubt from my head. Now what did Sati do? She assumed the form of Sita to go. See, original is original, and when someone assumed the form, he is bound to make some mistake. So what mistakes did she do? While she was walking in front of Ram, so thinking that he will come and embrace me. The Lord knows in and out and everything. How does the original Sita go? Original Sita always is behind Ram, and the duplicate is ahead. Understood? When Lord Ram saw Sati, he folded his hand and bent his hand down and said, "Oh Mother Sati, Why are you roaming alone in the forest? Where is Lord Shiva, the person who sits on the bull? She got scared. What is this? He came to know her and she asking me, where is Lord Shiva? He is asking me. Then she kept quiet and she got scared and she went away. Lord thought, I will show her my original form. While she was walking, in front of her, she could see Sita, Rama and Lakshman going. She was astonished. Hare, how Sita, Ram, Lakshman? Then she turned her head. She saw there Sita, Ram, Lakshman. She looked behind. She saw Sita, Ram, Lakshman. All the places, wherever she was turning, she could see Sita, Ram and Lakshman everywhere. In all the places, each and every atom, each and every place, she could see them. The whole world was filled with Sita, Ram and Lakshman. Then she wondered, not only that, she also saw what? And so many Shivas of this universe. There is one Shiva and there are Anant universes, endless universes. All universes have different Shiva, different Brahma, different Vishnu, and all the Devatas are different. Or Brahma is four-headed. Some other in the universe, the Brahma may be 10-headed, some may be 20-headed, some may be 100-headed Brahma. So the also different universes, and the smallest universe is our universe where we are. So what she saw, so many, she thought, oh, I thought there was only one Shiva. There are so many Shiva, not only Shiva. She saw Sati. I am Sati of this universe. There are Anant Satis. There are so many Satis like me in different universes. And not only even Brahmani, Lakshmi, and all Shiva and all the Devatas were there, and they were so one and about the powerful about the other. She said, what is this? I am not able to understand. Then how is Sita kidnapped? See, I can see everywhere Sita Ram Lakshman, but Shiva never kidnapped. Then she also saw Ram and Lakshman. She saw Ayodhya, she saw Darshan and Kaushalya. Each universe she was seeing them, but she was seeing the form of Darshan, Kaushalya and Bharat and Shatrughan are different, but Ram and Lakshman, their forms are not different. In all the universes she saw Ram and Lakshman, but their forms were not different. The same Ram, whose form is there, was in other universe, in the third, in fourth, in all the universe, the same form was there. Then she realized of all the universe, there is only one Ram and Lakshman, and nobody is equal to him. Forget being superior, because he is the control of all the universes. Then she realized what folly she committed, what mistake she committed, and she sat down and she closed her eyes. Closed her eyes, she was meditating, and when she opened her eyes, what she saw? Again, Ram is crying, her sorry for Sita. Then she saw, oh, this is a pastime. I was thinking that really Sita is kidnapped, but actually, this is a drama leela which is going on. Sita can never be kidnapped. So now we have to understand in this context, in the eyes of human being, Sita is kidnapped, Bhakti is kidnapped. But in the eyes of Ram, she is not kidnapped. Do you understand? Because he showed Sita, Ram, Lakshman everywhere, all the four directions, all the 10 directions, she there. So when she is there, how can she be kidnapped? But we are seeing that she is kidnapped. I will explain to you how. Now, when Arjun was shown the universal form by Krishna, he saw all the Kauravas were dead. Arjun is asking Krishna, when all are dead, why are you engaging me in fight? He said, the universal form, are you seeing or you are seeing through my vision? He said, you gave me the vision. So in my eyes, they are dead. But in your eyes, they are alive. Understood? If they are alive, if they are dead, then why are you engaging in fighting? But then why did you show me the universal form? If you wanted me to fight, I wanted to show you, even if you don't kill them, they are all killed, so that tomorrow you don't have pride. You don't think just by a one arrow they are going to be killed. I have already killed them. Because of my devotee, I want to give you fame and glory. That's why you are seeing they are alive, and with the one arrow they are already killed. So that pride should not enter your heart. That is why I am showing you. So this form what you see is given by, these eyes have been given by me to you. In my eyes they are killed, but in your eyes they are alive. Do you understand? So in our eyes, Sita has been kidnapped, but in the eyes of Lord, she was never been kidnapped. Another example I'll give you. Lord Krishna, in his pastimes, childhood, he ate mud. Everyone is coming and complained to Mother Yashoda. Lord Krishna has eaten mud. Mother called Yashoda calls Krishna and asked him, "Have you eaten mud?" He said, "No, mother." She said, "But everybody is complaining eaten." She said, "No, mother, where have I eaten?" She said, "Open your mouth." When she opens his mouth, he will show the whole universal form. Why did he show the universal form? I said, we know the history, but we do not know the katha. This is what I was telling you. She saw the whole universe, not only the innumerable universes she saw, and she saw herself also in the mouth. So what was the reason for the Lord opening his mouth and showing the universal form? He said, "The mother, the whole universe is inside me. Is there anything outside me that I should take inside? The whole universe, the mud is also inside me. Is there anything outside me that I have to take inside?" When the Lord replied, he replied from his vision. In the eyes of ordinary human being, he has taken mud. So we have to understand when the Lord is replying through his vision and what we are seeing is from our vision. I hope you are able to understand the depth of these pastimes. What I am trying to explain. Should I repeat something, Madam Ji? Are you able to understand? You are able to follow? Please tell me. I will repeat if you have difficulty. Sir, you are able to understand? You sir?
Past pastime. Not the past.
See, when he opened his mouth, he showed the universal form. All the universal were in his mouth. He even showed Yashoda herself saw in her mouth. What he tried to say, the whole universe is in my mouth. So the what is in the universe, that also is within me. Is there anything outside me? If something outside, then I can take inside. No, the whole universe is me. The what is already inside me. So where have I taken mud? If something outside me, then I can take inside. No, when the whole universe is inside my mouth, then there is nothing that I have to take from outside inside. Now you get it? Do you get it, man? So, in the eyes of an ordinary human being, he has eaten mud, but when the Lord replied, he replied from his point of view, his vision. Please understand? Similarly, mother has been kidnapped from our eyes. Bhakti has gone. Why Bhakti has gone? Because we have crossed the line of Vairagya. Jnana has gone, no problem. But as long as Vairagya, the detachment is there, Bhakti is safe. But once you cross the line of Vairagya, detachment, then Bhakti is kidnapped. Then Bhakti goes out from the life. This is one aspect which I wanted to brief you before going to that. Now, coming back to the pastime. Once Lord Ram told Sita, "I am going to conduct one human-like pastime in the forest he was, in the Nasik area. A golden deer is going to come. You have to ask for that golden deer. I will run behind the deer. Ravana will come and kidnap you, and then I will kill him and all the rest." Mother Sita said, "Prabhu, after seeing you, I cannot see anyone. I cannot see him. You are so beautiful, you are so nice, you are so complete. After, see, I will explain to you this again. We are all searching for the Lord. We are searching for beauty. Actually, we do not know where we are searching. Nothing in this world is complete. So that is why after seeing a particular, like a mountain or certain beauty, oh, we want to see something else. We want to see something else. Why everything is imperfect in this world. When you see the Lord, after seeing Lord, you do not feel like taking your eyes away from, because that is the perfection, most perfect thing you are seeing. After seeing perfect, you cannot see anything imperfect in this material world. So when she said to him, "Prabhu, after seeing you, how can I see something?" So the Lord said that my Leela cannot be complete. I had come for a particular mission in this world. You do one thing. You go inside the fire. Lord Agni Dev will take care of you. You keep your shadow here, and the shadow will be kicked down by Ravan, because she will tell me I want her, I want this beer, and then I will go and do. So she said, okay. And Agnidev manifested, he told her, I will keep Sita with me. And he kept with her. Like a son, he kept Mother Sita with him. So in the end, when you see the Agni Pariksha, that Lord is saying Sita to go into the fire. Why? To actually not the Lord wants to test Sita, to get the original Sita out. Was it with Agni Dev? He wanted original Sita to manifest, and this shadow should go away. The original. So people think in the wrong sense. Oh, the Lord wanted to test Sita. No, the original Sita. And when Agni Dev manifested himself, he offered, please take Mother Sita. I had kept with me for first 1 year or 2 years, whatever it is. Please take her. I kept you. Please take. The Lord accepts it. So we have to understand find the point. Because people don't understand. They take in the wrong sense everything. So there was nothing like Agni Pariksha, there was not that he was doubting, he knew everything. The Agni Dev manifest, and that's why in the Krishna Leela, when the Lord twice ate fire in the forest, he gave space in his mouth. I will take fire, I will keep in my mouth. Why? Because when you say of a Havan to Agni, so it goes to the Lord's mouth. Why? Because you have taken care of Bhakti, Mother Sita, that's why I am giving you space in my mouth. That's why you are being honored. That's why we say fire is the mouth of Lord. Because he had taken care of Sita in Treta Yuga. So mother went in the fire and kept her shadow, and that shadow is saying that I want that dear, and that Lord knowingly he goes away from me. So that I explained to you why did the Lord didn't allow Lakshman to go, because Maya, that is the Maya Sita illusion. The illusion can only be killed by the Lord, not by Vairagya, only by Supreme Lord. Secondly, if Gyan goes away from your life, not an issue. If you have no knowledge, not an issue. But if you have Vairagya, detachment, your bhakti is protected. Bhakti goes away when Lakshman went away, then bhakti was taken away. Now bhakti has gone. Now we have to find bhakti. So far you have understood, sir? You have understood, sir? Madam, understood? Not difficult? You sure? Babuji?
I have a question. Okay, here you said if Vairagya is not there, then Bhakti will.
Sorry?
Vairagya is not there.
Lakshman. She told Lakshman, she uttered harsh words to Lakshman, then Lakshman went away. So Vairagya went away. Of course, it was the inspiration of Lord in his heart who inspired him to go away. Otherwise, he would not be gone by just by few harsh words. The Lord inspired him. When Lakshman went away to Ram, that time Ravan came. Ravan could not come as long as Lakshman was there. As long as Vairagya is there, Moh cannot come in their life. Moh comes only when Vairagya goes away.
And then why in Vrindavan, Vairagya and
Yeah.
Gyan is old and Bhakti is become young, because that's how you say.
That is a separate question. That is a separate subject. See, if you are asking why he is asking us when Bhagavad Gita, in the Mahatma, it is mentioned, Gyan and Vairagya have become old and Bhakti is young. Bhakti has also become old when she went to Vrindavan, she became young, and Gyan and Vairagya became old because they remained old and afterwards they became young. This is what you want to ask. So actually all three have become old. Bhakti going into Vrindavan becomes young. Means what? When you hear Katha, your Bhakti becomes young. That's why you feel like chanting and doing devotion, some good service. If you don't hear Katha, Bhakti becomes old. In Vrindavan, everybody loves Lord. You are not bothered who he is. So Gyan, then there is no Satya Gyan. Oh, I want to know knowledge. If you have the knowledge, he is the Lord. Then the love diminishes. When if I say, oh, he is the owner of a particular company. Till today, I thought he was my friend. I could say to him, oh, he is the president of Malaysia. Then naturally, I will not be able to approach him the way I approach him today. If I know he is so and so. That love diminishes. In Vrindavan, the Lord is, there is so much of Madhurya. Even the Lord lifted Govardhan Hill, they did not have faith the Lord can lift Govardhan Hill because it is Narayan who has done it, but he has empowered my son to do. They were thinking that way. They don't even know that my Krishna is the source of all avatars. Even his Narayana is inherited from. They don't have that. There's so much of love and madhurata in Vrindavan. So there was no Gyan and Vairagya. So with Gyan we don't have a knowledge. And we're attached to Lord, so there's nothing Vairagya as such. But so Bhakti was young. But she wanted them also to become young. So how to become young? Then when they spoke Bhagavatam, then when you get knowledge, you get renunciation, then Bhakti Vairagya is renunciation, and then you become young. After you can also see the same thing. When you hear Hari Katha, your Bhakti becomes young, then you get also knowledge, Gyan becomes young. So you understand, oh, I should not do this, you get knowledge also. And then Vairagya, you detach with automatically, when these two things are there, the Bhakti is there and knowledge here, you have attachment slowly will decay, that also becomes young. And when this is not there, the Katha, all three become old. That's why you don't feel like chanting. You don't feel like, do you understand? So Katha makes the Bhakti young. So to keep the Bhakti young in our life, we should always be speaking Hari Katha. And then only we can do Harinam. Then only we can chant. Then only we can chant, or otherwise we cannot. Do you get it, sir? Any difficulty? You want to ask anything? Should I proceed ahead? Okay. Ask if one goes. Now, what has happened? See, if you actually now, if I speak word to word now, one to word, it will take more than 15-20 days to explain all this in detail. And I don't have that much time. So I'm just being some briefing and some I have to come to the main point I'm coming, and that too I will be speaking only important things, because if I start speaking word to word, it will going to take a lot of time, because there's so much of rust in it, so much of love in this shlokas are there. So the Lord meets Hanuman in the Kishkinda Nagari, in the Kishkinda forest. He meets Hanuman and Sugriva and all. So Sugriva and Hanuman say, okay, Sugriva says, I will help you in finding Mother Sita. So he says, okay, go and find Sita. So all go and offer the obeisances and start going hunting for Sita. Hanuman goes at the last. Why does he go last? People, I want to be first, I want to be first. When I want to, the Lord says, you are in so hurry, everybody wants to say, okay, go ahead first. Hanuman says, let everyone go, I will want to go last, be comfortable and sit with my master and speak to him. Once ago, he has come to me. He offered his obeisance, he sat with the Lord put his hand on his head and gave him a ring. What was the ring? The ring was made of gold. On top was there money. Money means gem. Money ko gem बोलते हैं ना?
Gem.
A gem on it, and in it was Ram Nam, written Ram Nam. So when Hanuman took that ring, he saw it's Ram Nam. So what he did, what is the meaning of it? So Lord was telling him, if you want to find Bhakti, you have to take the initiation of Ram Nam. So Lord gave the initiation of Ram Nam. Hanuman understood it. If it was a ring, he should have kept it on his finger, worn it, or kept it in his hand, or kept it in his head. He kept it in his mouth, because Ram Nam is always kept in the mouth. So he understood, if I have to attain Bhakti, the Lord has initiated me with the Ram Nam and told you keep with the Ram Nam, you can attain Bhakti. So I have to keep Ram Nam in the mouth. So he kept that ring. But for him, from his point of view, it was just Ram Nam, and that's why Ram Nam is to be kept in the mouth. So he kept it in the mouth and he went searching for Sita. So if I have to go Bhakti, I have to go with Ram Nam in the mouth. With the holy name of Lord, suddenly I can attain Bhakti. Do you get some? Okay. Now they are going with enthusiasm, like we also chant very enthusiastically first. After a certain period of time, say like a month or so, we feel discouraged, or I have not got a lot and all. This is how we feel. The same thing was happening here also. 1 month has almost passed. They were trying to find Mother Sita, but they could not find. They lost that enthusiasm. Then Hanumanji, what did he do? He climbed up a hill. In this yatra, in this tour, he will be climbing 3 mountains. What is the first mountain which he climbed? That is Vishwas, faith. You have to take faith to a great height in your mind, then you will get in mercy. That's the first. You have to take faith to great height, have a lot of faith in the Lord, and then you start getting mercy. And what did you see? There are three birds going. But what the name of the birds are? Chakwa, Bugle and Hans. Hans is like a swan, Bugle is a duck, and Chakwa is a bird which drinks water only in Swati Nakshatra period. That's a bird. And you see all these three birds are stay in water always. So people were tired and thirsty, and they lost all enthusiasm. So Hanuman climbed on the mountain. He takes a faith to a great height, and then he sees the cave. What is that cave? That kripa he sees. And there is a three bird who stay always in water. So there should be some water over there. That's why these three birds are there. What does three birds indicate? Hans means those were like swan, those are in a liberated state, elevated devotees. Bugle means a duck. He resembles a swan, but he is fish. So I hate those hypocrites who pretend to be devotees, but they are not devotees. And the first is Chakwa. Chakwa means like sadhak. We are sadhak. So we are sadhak state. So these all three people are there. All these three persons, the sadhak, Siddh and the hypocrites are all getting mercy. Why? They all taking one, all getting mercy. Why they are all getting? The Lord did not want the people in the elevated state to have pride. Oh, I am a great devotee of Lord and nobody like me. He says, I am feeding everyone and mercy is on everyone. People do not realize that is a separate thing. But my mercy is on because all of my part and parcel. So my mercy is equal on everyone. The amount of bhajan you do, that will determine how much mercy you have got. Is given equal, but because of bhajanless we have with their mercy. The more bhajan you do, you will see more mercy. You will experience more mercy on yourself. So the Lord wanted to show He do not have pride. That because I will later say others are low, so there is nobody like me. He said my mercy is flowing on everyone. Then Hanumanji came down. Why did he come down? The teacher doesn't sit on top and talk big things. He comes down and takes everybody along with him. Was the Lord. And he went inside the cave. Hanumanji went. He saw a lady sitting there doing meditation. He had a darshan. She offered him water, fresh water and fruits. They all ate. Their thirst was over. That is the cause of mercy. It is a sadhak gets mercy. If he has faith, if he doesn't, he was catch hold of a devotee, and by the mercy of that devotee like Hanuman, that faith will arise and he will get him mercy. It means. And we gave him fresh fruits and water. She gave. She says, "You are searching for Sita, okay, but why don't you close your eyes?" What does it mean closing the eyes? You will have to meditate, think of the Lord. Now these people, except Hanuman, nobody understood the meaning of closing the eyes. Nobody could understand. What did they do? They closed their eyes and they opened eyes. And they found themselves standing on the shore of the ocean. Only Hanuman understood closing the eyes, meditating on the Lord. Okay. Suppose you are lying down here. If you know a thief is going to come or somebody is going to come, can you close your eyes and sleep? You can only close it when you feel you are safe. You have faith that I am safe only. Means having faith in the Lord. Closing eyes means having faith in the Lord. Meditating on faith on that. Normally people, what happens? Normally what happens normally, once you get slight mercy, people tend to forget the Lord and then pride comes in their heart. Oh, I am a great devotee. It's like once you get pride, oh, what a great devotee. And they found themselves standing at the ocean. Now, whoever crosses the ocean can attain Bhakti Siddha. So they became disheartened. Oh, where are we standing? Where this is salty water. At least we have got fresh water, not salty water. So what to do? They again became disheartened. What is the ocean? Whoever this day Abhiman, the pride which we develop in our heart by getting some mercy is considered as ocean. Whoever crosses this pride can attain bhakti. With pride you can never attain bhakti. Understand? With pride one can never attain bhakti. Only who is risen above this pride, only with a humble state of mind can attain bhakti. It means that. So they were talking among themselves what to do. We will be giving up of our lives. We may even die because if we go back, we will be killed. Sugriva said to come back within 1 month, and 1 month has almost passed, and we have not been able to find her at all. What do we do now? Jama said, don't worry. You are on the Lord's mission. The Lord knows. The Lord is incarnated to take care of the Devtas, for the earth, for Gau, and for the Brahmanas. The Lord is incarnated. And you are fortunate because you are being engaged in the mission to serve the Lord. Don't feel disheartened. As they were talking, there was an eagle by the name Sampati. The Sampati eagle, he said, oh, I have got a lot of food over here. I was dying of hunger. So I got a lot of food. But eagle is already had things. How did he say that I got food? Because he said all are prepared to die, all are disheartened. So once you will die, I will get ample food. So they were wondering, there was one eagle, Jatayu, who gave up his life for the protection of Sita. They say another eagle, vulture, sorry, is a vulture, sorry, I said eagle is a vulture. That one vulture gave up his life for Sita, this Jatayu, and this another vulture who is wants to eat people who are searching for Sita. What a difference between these two. So when they said this, they had such a talking among themselves, he heard the name of the brother Jatayu. He said, what happened to Jatayu? He said, don't worry, I will not kill you. I will not kill you. You tell me what happened. They said that Jatayu has been killed by trying to protect Sita. He has been killed. He said, okay, let me offer oblations to my brother. Then he started speaking about himself. See, I and my brother Jatayu, when we were young, we thought of going closer to the sun. My brother felt that his intensity, he came down. I, out of pride, when tried to go closer, my wings got burned and I fell down. It means a person should work according to his capacity. When we try to look down upon others and do things beyond our capacity, we will fall down. A person should do whatever is within his capacity, he should do. But when you try to look down on others, what happened? You tend to fall down. This is what has happened to him. He fell down. Now he became very unhappy. Oh, my wings have been burnt. Now what do I do? My wings have been burnt. I cannot fly now. There was one Rishi by the name Chandrama Muni. The name of Rishi of Chandrama Muni. He explained to him. He explained to him that do not be disheartened, don't break your heart, because we are soul, not this body. The body is subject to birth, old age, disease, and death. So these things are going to happen to anyone's body, and it has same thing has happened to you. It is perishable. Why are you being so much? He explained all the philosophy. He understood. He understood those things, and see, we are always unhappy because of our attachment to God. Oh, I was looking so beautiful when I was young. Now I do not do. We are always unhappy because of our attachment to the body. And body anytime can be destroyed. One accident, we can be disfigured. Anything can go wrong at any moment with anyone. Nobody can be sure. So one understand and is prepared for it. When certain incident takes place, he will never be unhappy because he is prepared. The body is subject to birth, old age, disease, death. So disfigurement can also happen. People will meet accidents and so many things. So now what has happened? When he understood this, his unhappiness ceased. Now he says, see, I am fortunate to have your darshan of your devotees who come in the mission of Lord. I am fortunate. See, by the mercy of you devotee, by just having a darshan, my wings have again grown. My wings have again grown. You are don't think you are ordinary people or just an ordinary man. You are in the service of under Lord devotees. See, by seeing you, my wings have grown again, and I have become so happy. And how can your mission ever fail? Then he says, I can see Sita sitting under the Ashoka tree in Lanka, in Ashoka Vatika tree in Lanka. A question is asked, how can a vulture he flies at a great height and he sees dead bodies always, and he goes to eat those dead bodies, and that vulture is seeing Mother Sita? How is it possible? He says, when you meet saint, and after meeting saint, your ignorance goes, and then you start seeing bhakti. That is why he saw seeing bhakti. Till yesterday, he was only seeing food, dead bodies and all. After meeting the Chandrama Muni, who explained to him the philosophy, his ignorance went away, and now he started seeing bhakti. He says, I cannot help you much because I am old, but I can show you where Mother Sita is. So she's so over there. If we were, whatever a person is capable, he should do. Those who have physical strength, they should help with physical strength. Those who have wealth, they should help with wealth. If both you can speak, help with the speech at least. Our problem is, if I had wealth, I could have done some seva. If I had physical strength, I would have done this seva. Whatever you have, you do with that seva. What you don't have, don't worry about it. Everyone, God has given some capacity to do certain things. If you don't have, don't worry. Why do you worry? Whatever you make good use of it. The problem is we don't want to do anything and we grumble. We don't have that. That's why I'm not doing. Whatever you have, you utilize that at least first. And this is what he has done. And then they started thinking, who can go to Lanka and come back? Everyone was speaking of his own strength. Some was saying I can cross 10 yojan, some was saying 20 yojan, some was saying 40, some was 60. Nobody could say I could cross this. The difference was 100 yojan who could cross and go. Now, Jamat is saying, when I was young, and the Lord incarnated as Lord Vaman Avatar, and when he became Virat, he showed a universal form. That time I circumvented the Lord 7 times in few minutes. This is what we do. All my youth I have done this, I have done that. We talk big things. So this is what Jamat is saying. Okay, when the Lord was small, why didn't you circumvent? You could have hundreds within a few seconds. When he became big, he showed universal form. Why did you circumvent it? It means if the deity is just 2 feet, is not a Lord, or if the Lord is only 100 feet, then he is Lord. Does it mean that you want me to say? The Lord can become smaller than the atom and the largest ever. So this is nothing but just an expression of pride. I have done this, and then we have pride in so many minutes. I have done this circumambulation. Had you done when he was in the space just 2 feet, you would not have this pride in the heart. Anga says, I can cross, but I have a doubt. Will I be able to come back or no? It means what? In Lanka, which is full of opulence, he is doubtful. With that opulence, will I be get distracted or no? Will I be able to come back or no? Or will I be distracted? He has no faith in that he can cross. He doesn't have ego. He is above pride. But he has no faith whether he will be able to come back or no? I'm done. Sir, are you ready? Madam, are you able to understand? You, anything you want to ask? Sure, can I proceed? Sir, are you able to understand? You can ask me please, because I don't know, I'm speaking. Just, I don't know whether you're following me or not. Difficult? Is it difficult? Then they went to Hanuman. Hanuman, why are you quiet? Why are you not speaking? Now, ordinary people, what they say, Lord Hanuman was given a curse, he forgot his powers. Hanuman was it? This is from the Jnani point of view. From the, it's okay. Yes, he was given, no doubt. But who is Lord Shiva? Who has time in his, like a snake or like a jackal, time on his neck, who's controlling time? How can he be subject to curse? From the bhakti point of view. But can never accept it. So when they say, hey Jaman, तुमने क्या चुप साध रखी? Why are you quiet? तुम पवन के पुत्र और बल में पवन के समान. You are the son of Pavan Dev and you are as powerful as the wind god. You are the son of wind god and you are as powerful as him. Normally when somebody appreciates us, we start dancing and running. Oh, I am such a great, I am such a nice. For Hanuman, it didn't make a least difference to him if somebody appreciated him. Then he said, then they further said, तुम बुद्धि विवेक और विज्ञान की खान. You have lot of intelligence, you have the realizations, and you have everything with you. Hanuman, it didn't matter to Hanuman at all these praises. Then they said, okay, let us praise him further, maybe he will get up now. जगत पे ऐसा कौन सा कठिन काम है जो हेता तुमसे ना हो सके? Which work in this three world is difficult which you cannot accomplish? Hanuman still kept quiet, it didn't bother to him. Then they said, now what to do? We have praised him so much, we are asking him to get up, he is not even getting up, what is should? Then finally they said, Shri Ram ji ke कार्य के तुम्हारा अवतार हुआ है. You have been taken in conscience to serve Lord Ram. When he said Ram Nam, he heard, he got up. Yes, if you want to wake me up, you speak about Ram to me, then I will come. If you praise me, I am not going to get up. You speak about the Ram, the past time Lord Ram, or for some Ram work you tell me, I will get up and do whatever you want. But for my, if you praise me and you think I will help you, no. Devotees always want their masters to be praised, to be sung, not theirs. If somebody sings their praise, they close their eyes and they run away. He says, no, my master is to be glorified, my Ram is to be glorified, not I. But we egoistic people, we want to be glorified, our master is not to be glorified. This is our problem. You should sing my praise. You should say yes, and you should never say no to me. Always say yes to me. If you say no to me, I lose my temper. Because we are egoistic. We don't have the humility. So through Katha we realize, how a servant has to be. And Hanumanji got up and he showed a universal form, touching the sky. Tell me, what do you want me to do? There is nothing I cannot do. I'll just destroy Lanka within a minute. Pick up Sita in my hand and bring her here. Jama said, don't do it. You just go with a message to her and come back. You just go with a message to her and come back. Then let the Lord do his pastime. What is the pastime? See, the Lord wanted to show what practical difficulties we encounter while doing bhakti. The Lord doesn't need to incarnate. By willing, by the movement of his eyebrows, he can destroy the three worlds and even create them. He can give one heart attack to Ravan, he can die. Why does he have to incarnate? He incarnates only for the devotees, to show the devotees practical solution to the problem they are facing. And these pastimes are done only for our sake, so that what difficulty we encounter, we are able to overcome it. Now, I will speak again a bit briefly. Hanumanji went last to offer obeisance to Ram. They gave him that ring, and that ring, the word Ram Nam was mentioned. So when Hanuman understand from that, you have given me the diksha of Ram Nam. You have told me you have to keep Ram Nam in your tongue. Then only I can attain Bhakti Siddha. Without the holy name on my tongue, I cannot attain Bhakti. He understood and he went away. 1 month passed, they were not able to find Bhakti. They all felt demoralized and they felt thirsty also. and hungry also. So where to get fresh water? Now, Hanuman climbed the first mountain. I spoke, what is the first mountain? We have to climb the mountain of faith. The mountain of faith. When we climb the mountain of faith, we start seeing the mercy of the Lord. We start seeing the mercy of the Lord. What did you see? There were three birds: Hans, that is the swan, the duck, and the chatak pakshi. Hans means we are a person in the advanced liberated state. Duck means is like a hypocrite, and the chatak means as a sadhak, like we are sadhak. These are all birds. Three birds stay in water. So there should be water. That's why the three birds are there. It means the Lord mercy is flowing on everyone, but only who are doing the amount of bhajan you do, only they are able to experience those mercy. Then Hanuman enters the cave. He sees a lady sitting over there. Hanumanji offers pranam. She says, eat those fruits and fresh water. They eat. She says, close your eyes. Why? Means you meditate. After getting mercy, one should think more of the Lord. Unfortunately, except Hanuman, nobody understood this. That's why when they closed their eyes, they immediately opened. Oh, close, open. What happened? They found themselves at the shore of the ocean. It means, what is the ocean? The ahankar in our body, the pride, the ahankar in our body, that is ocean. Whoever will cross the ocean can get bhakti. Who will cross the ahankar, the pride in our body, only he can attain bhakti. With pride, you can never attain bhakti. It means, in short, humility is required to attain bhakti, not with pride. So now, how to who will go other side? In the meantime, I am not going to speak that they met that vulture they met, that I have understood. I'm just the problem we are facing. Now who will go? Whoever can cross the ocean can go. Somebody saying I can cross 10 yojan, some are saying 20 yojan, some are saying 40, some are saying 60, some are saying 80. Nobody saying I can cross this yojan, 100 yojan, the distances that means nobody is able to overcome pride to attain bhakti. All are having pride to some extent in their heart. Jaman says, when the Lord had incarnated as a Vaman avatar, when he became to the universal, I circumvented 7 times in few minutes. But what is the sense now? In your youth, what you can do now, that you speak. And why did you circumvent? He had taken the universal. Why not when he was small? That time he should have done. Why didn't do? Maybe when the Lord is small, he is not. When he is big, then he is Lord. That is nonsense. If the deities are so much, still they have the same power. If the deities are so, even they have the same power. You cannot say just because they are small, they are not. Then this is not Lord. To see the Lord, you need the eyes of love. You do not need the sight. The Lord can take the smallest form of an atom also, and he can take the biggest form also. Only to see, you need the eyes of love, and that comes only through bhakti and chanting. And then Anga said, I can go, but I doubt whether I will come back. Why? Because there is so much of opulence in Lanka. Will I be able to come back or no? If I get entrapped in that, then what happens? He has the doubt. He is above pride, but he has a doubt. Then they come to Hanuman. Hanuman, why are you quiet? They started praising him. Lot of praising which I spoke now. It didn't affect Hanuman. The last day say, Hanuman, for the Lord you have incarnate. When he said the name of Ramnam, he got up, he showed a universal form. He said, I can get in a moment, Sita, not an issue. He said, no, don't do. You follow the Lord's instruction. You just go and give the message that Lord will come, and you come back. So what problem we face? First we face is this, we start with enthusiasm, then comes we feel dejected. If then to climb the faith of the mountain, then you get mercy. After mercy, you don't meditate, then the pride comes in the heart, and that pride leads to again the dejection. It shows. These are the problems we face in our bhakti. Now further, how do we go? Now Hanumanji is telling, okay, I will go and find Sita. You all sit over here. Why? If he has to go alone, Ishwar told him, go back. No. Why? Because all of you have tried. You all made an effort. Everybody cannot reach bhakti, I know. But because you all made an effort, all will be blessed. See, we have to try. Krishna is effort oriented, not result oriented. You can try, you have to do your best. Even if you are not able to reach like Shashakina, Crore, Chapal, or if you are not able to reach Bhakti, because you have tried with sincerity in your heart, you will get a full blessing. You will get a full blessing and you will get full mercy and Krishna will take you. Because we don't run one side. You start running from here. If you have to reach there, it will take a lot of time. But Krishna starts running from there. Then the distance becomes very short. And how big is 1 foot? In 1 foot, he can cross the 3 worlds. So it doesn't take time for him to come to you. With the Pavan Avatar, he became with 1 foot, he is Brahmlok. So how big is foot? In 1 step, he can reach Brahmlok. He can come to you very easily and very fast. So there's nothing to feel dejected. We just keep trying and depend on the mercy, and everything will follow. When I say the figure which I mentioned, the Kali Santopanishad means we have to try. It means that. But Lord can even give you mercy early. Not that only after that will get mercy. The Lord is not dependent on the figures. He is dependent on the love. When the love is tempting so much, that love will develop and your karma will be destroyed and then you will get mercy. It means that. It can be even earlier because you do not know how many good deeds you have done before also. You don't even know that. So it can be within 1 lakh, it can be within 10 lakh, it can be within 1 crore japas, it can be within 3 crore, it can be anything. So it all depends on their sincerity, on their endeavor and his mercy. It can be in with the one speaking also wrong, you can get a full mercy. So he is not bound by anything. It is only these things are given to a person to try, not to waste time. He will try, he will endeavor, and then he will get. But there is nothing as a he not can give mercy any time, any moment, with any how.
Only वो झाड़ के पत्ते सब झाड़ के सब पत्ते उड़े
Now Hanumanji has told him to wait. Now when Sugri and Bali they went after the Rakshasas, Bali told Sugriv to wait outside the mountain, outside the cave. I will go inside. I will kill that Rakshasas. Why did he tell Sugriv to wait outside? You try to come along, we both could have fought and killed him. An egoistic man doesn't want to give credit to everybody. If he comes inside, okay, I will kill him, but he will also get credit. Oh, he has also done. So I cannot tolerate that. Egoistic man wants to take credit for himself and never gives to others. A devotee wants to give credit to everybody. That's the difference between Hanuman. That's why he said, I will go and get bhakti, but we all go back together. When we all go back together, the Lord will say, oh, you all have the same bhakti and got immersed in God. See, this is a difference between a devotee and an egoistic man. Egoistic man wants to take credit only for himself, doesn't want to share with others, and a devotee wants to share everything with everyone. He doesn't want to go alone, he wants to take everybody along with him. He has such a large heart a devotee has. This is a sign of you being a devotee. And then Hanuman climbed the second mountain. What is the second mountain? That is vichar. What it means is the thought. You contemplate so much on the Lord that your the pride ego is totally finished. You go so deep in meditation, think of the Lord so much, get deeply in love of God. You dive, then that ego is crushed, finished immediately. Because as till you have knowledge, the pride will always be there in the heart. Once you are immersed in love, where is the question of pride? Where will the pride remain? Oh, I am doing this seva, that pride also will be there. But once I immersed in love, so there is no question of pride. You don't even know. Oh, you say, oh, you are doing, I don't even know. So without diving and drowning in love, that false ego cannot be destroyed. So when we say chant 64 plus, or we say read the books, some pastor at least 100 times, try to read. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Any pastor Lord must be there at least 100 times. Not once 100. To dive in that love. And then only you can drown in that love. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Because he himself had heard the character of Prahlad and Dhruva more than 100 times. He used to speak more than 100 times. He said to drown in that love, you have to read at least 100 times. And when you are drawn in love, the question of ego all is over. So the second mountain which he climbed was because to enter into the kingdom of opulence and not be entrapped in it, you must have to cross over the ocean of this ego. You have to go deeply in Lord Bhakti. And when you go deeply in love bhakti, then only you are able to cross over this ocean of ego. Understood, sir? Are you able to understand? Are you able? So unless you're drawn in bhakti, you cannot cross over the ego. The ego is bound to remain. So with few rounds chanting or hearing once or twice katha, on the contrary, ego might be, oh what a great devotee, I know everything, I know a lot of things. And that can also lead you to downfall. Even after becoming devotee, we fall down because of the pride. Pride in any form is harmful. Till you drawn in love, you cannot escape this ego. So this is second mountain is the vichar. Vichar means you have to drawn in that deeply in the love of Lord. Then you are able to cross. Now he crosses over. When he is crossing the ocean, there is a mountain of gold coming out and telling him, please take rest. When we go towards Lord, when we drown, this problem, the opulence comes in our head. Gold, people will offer you, you will get good promotion, you will get a business, people will get property from your father's and father. Somewhere so much opulence will come, you will forget a lot, you will give up bhakti. What to do now? All of a sudden so much money is coming, this is coming, that is coming. Now what to do? What did Hanumanji do? He offered pranam. He says, please let me get. What he said, Hanuman, please don't take rest. People say, Are, so much bhakti, you can do bhakti after take rest, so much money is coming, people are giving you money, your father, your grandfather property, your uncle, he has no son, he is giving this property to you. All of a sudden you find so much opulence coming to you. And then you fall in the trap of this opulence and you forget you have to go to find bhakti. What did Hanumanji do? He offered pranams, let me find bhakti and then I will take rest. And he went ahead. When he went ahead, Hanuman, Devta sent Sursa, the mother of a snake. She came and she opened her mouth. Hanumanji, she, I want to eat you. Hanumanji expanded himself, she expanded herself more. Hanumanji expanded himself, furthermore she expanded herself more. Then Hanumanji became very small and came out. Means what? Who is she? When you give up, like big thing, people call you Tyagi. Oh, what a Tyagi kya bolte English mein?
Renunciate.
Oh, what a great renunciate! Or you have given up so much thing. A mountain of gold you gave up. The Kirti, come. Your fame spreads. Oh, what a great saint is his fame. He has given up the mountain of gold. There is nobody like him. This fame comes to you, and the more you become big, the more the fame becomes bigger and is about to devour you. And then what happens? People fall trapped to it. Oh, I am such a big saint. People are offering obeisance to me. There is nobody as big renunciant like me. I give the mountain of gold, which is so difficult to give up. A small 1 gram, not 2 gram, but the mountain I could give up. Sort of big renunciant I am. Then Hanumanji says, the fame, your people all over this Malaysia will come to see you. I have never seen such a big saint like you. And they will big line, they will offer you so much money also in that form. Oh, you bless me, you do this and offer, and people fall trapped with that they think that they are Lord. They fall trapped and they never get bhakti. So Hanumanji said, how do you prevent it? Become very small and get out. Consider yourself insignificant, zero, and get out. Then only you are going to get out. When you are able to get out of this fame, see, we faced what problem? The second we faced problem was this: first he climbed the mountain that of the love of Lord. Then he was able to cross. Then gold comes. Then he gives up the gold. Then he gives up gold. He renounces gold. Then fame comes, and fame is about to it. The more you grow big, the more you get fame. You become famous, and you fall trapped. Then Hanumanji says to get away from this fame, I have to become very small, and he goes away. And when you go away, there is when he's crossing, there is one Rakshasi, what she is doing. Anybody who is on top, flying, I will catch him and eat him. Why? Catch him who is flying on top. There are so many jivas in the ground, why don't you eat them? There are so many, you are staying in the water, Rakshasi, why don't you eat those who are staying in water? Jivas, you can even eat those. So why? You want to catch those who are flying on top and eat them. What is this? Who is the Rakshasi? She is jealousy. Anybody who goes above me, I catch him and put him down. Who are equal to me on land or water, I don't disturb them. How they can go above me? I put it. So Hanuman kills that Rakshasi. That envy has to be killed. That jealousy in our heart has to be killed. How can he go above me? We have jealousy in office. We have jealousy in studies. How can that person come above me? How can he rise above me in office? How can we look down on others and come on top, not realizing that we are harming ourselves. When you give unhappiness to others, you can never be happy. Happiness is one thing which you get by giving others. And unhappiness is also one thing which you give. When I give you unhappiness, I will become unhappy. That will come with interest. When I give you happiness, that will also come back with interest. So both the things you get by giving others. So what you give others come back to you. And not only in material world, in spiritual world also, if you are chanting more than me, I cannot tolerate. Oh, why are you chanting more than me? Stop. No, you are doing wrong. I try to find faults in that because I want to control you. Not that you are doing wrong, but chanting is you are doing anything wrong. No, I want to control you. I cannot, because I cannot chant more, so I cannot see others chanting more than me. They'll come closer to God. They'll benefit much more. Mercy will flow. So I cannot. So I, under pretext of finding faults, I try to put you down, to scare you. That is a psychological game I'm playing with you. Oh, this is that apart, don't do, you are not doing properly, something is wrong, you don't know how to do, oh, this and that, all nonsensical stuff I will speak to you just to scare you. And if you listen, oh, then I become very happy. See, I see how I controlled it. And if you don't, he's useless fellow, he start criticizing you. This is what happens all the time. A person who is, see, this is what I'm telling you, these all things are related to us. This is the problem, we all of Hanuman, what did he do? He killed envy. A person like me, if I see you are chanting, I feel so happy. At least there is somebody who is getting the mercy of God. How a cow gives milk. When a small calf is taken in front of her, then she, if you go to milk, the cow will kick you. But when the calf, she will give, and then by the mercy of calf you will get. Suppose if you are doing more chanting, you will get mercy of Allah. Through you, I will also get mercy. Rather thinking that way, I am trying to prevent you from doing that. I should be so happy. I cannot come close to Lord, but at least she chanting more, she is coming closer to God. So the Lord mercy, in a form of milk, in a mercy will flow, and through you I also will get mercy, because so many people take milk after the calf is given. So all of us can get mercy. On the contrary, I start taking mercy through you. I start criticizing you and putting you down. So envy has to be killed. Answer. Then he crosses the ocean. He comes to Lanka. Then the third mountain he climbs. What is the third mountain? That third mountain is Vairagya. When you are going in the land of opulence, you have to have Vairagya in the heart. Detachment in the heart. Means attachment to a Lord. Then only you can escape. Otherwise, people fall in the trap of these lights and all that opulence, and they do all wrong things. To escape from all that, you must have Vairagya in your heart. Then only you can be safe from all that. So that also maybe lot of Vairagya. So the third mountain, we have to go deep into Vairagya. The deep attachment for Lord will ensure that you are not attracted to the material world. And then you can get Vairagya. Then you can go to Lanka. Then not in the land of opulence or more, you can go, not an issue there. And when Hanumanji was doing all this, what did Lord Shiva say? इसमें वहां पर हनुमान की कोई बुराई नहीं, ये प्रभु का नाम है जो काल को भी खाता. Do you think Hanuman could do all this by his own effort? He could overcome all this. This is the holy name of Lord which is on his tongue. By that power he is able to overcome all these obstacles. This Lord Shiva is telling Parvati. Do not think Hanuman has done all this by his own efforts. It is the power of holy name on his tongue that is preventing him from falling trap to this gold, mountain of gold, then to fame, and then through jealousy, that jealousy also is overcome. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Only by the power of the holy name he is able to overcome all these things. Then he sees Lanka, how is the Lanka, he sees all those things. Because all this is in Hindi. After I had spoken Hindi, I would have enjoyed really the rest. But each word meant what I could have spoken, but I cannot speak in Hindi. So in English, with my limitation, I'm telling you. Try to understand. So he sees all the Rakshasas, he sees how the Lanka is, because before entering, I must know the geography of that particular place. How does Hanuman go in the Lanka? he assumed a small form of like a mosquito, that small form, and goes at night time inside. Why does he assume a small form like a mosquito? To study something, to know something, you must become small. If you become big, you cannot learn anything. So Hanuman shows by his character that to learn something, you must become very small. Then only you will learn something or understand something. That's the first qualification. Acha, then why did he go at night to Lanka? Why didn't he go in the daytime? He said, if you want to see someone's character, you must go at night to a house, then you know. In the daytime, all looks good. All the dirty work is done at night time. So when you go to someone's house at night, you will know the real character of a person. How is. To study these people, I am going at night. All things have reason. That's why Hanumanji goes at night to see. And when he is going at night to see Lankini, who is the guardian of Lanka, she immediately notices him and she says, I want to eat you because he are my food. He said, I have not done any stealing. Why do you want to eat me? If thieves are your food, then the biggest thief is your king, Ravana. You should have eaten him up. He has told Sita, I have not done anything. Why you want to eat me? If is something wrong with the head. Hanumanji hits her on the head. She vomits blood. She falls down and then she gets up. What is the meaning? Why did Hanumanji hit on the head? When you sit in the Katha, the saints, through the Katha, they hit on the head. You have been hit continuously on the head through the Katha. Then she gave blood. What is the blood? That is attachment. Body attachment goes away and Vairagya comes in the heart. The blood goes. What is the blood? The worldly attachment goes away and then Vairagya comes in the heart. And then when she got up, then she said, oh, I am sorry, you are a great devotee of Lord. Then she said, so this is the, when first you find a saint or rascal, but when you associate with a saint, when you hear Katha of him, then you repent, why did I do it? And then you fall on his feet. And a saint always hits you on his head through the Katha. And you vomit blood. Blood means the worldly attachment goes away and the attachment enters your heart. You are able to understand? Now, then she says, I remember Brahma has told me that when a monkey comes, he hits you on the head and you fall down. It means the Lanka is going to end, the Ravan is about to be killed. This is what she tells him. So, you are a big saint, I offer my obeisances to you. Then she says, स्वर्ग और मोक्ष के सब सुखों को तराजू के पड़े में रखा जाए तो भी वे सब मिलकर उस सुख के बराबर से जो रब क्षण मात्र के सत्संग से होता है. कहते if you keep even स्वर्ग, that is a heavenly planet, and mukti, the liberation, in one like a weighing scale on one side, and you keep the satsangs on the other side of the scale, the satsang scale will always be heavier compared to this. He said, I am extremely fortunate to have a darshan and a satsang like a saint like you, a Hanuman like you. Then she tells him, okay, I will tell you how to enter Lanka. प्रवेशी नगर कीजिए सबका हृदय रखी कौशल पूरा कर. Place the Lord in your heart and enter this Lanka, the land of opulence. Place in Lord. Why? उसके लिए विष अमृत का, the wish poison turned into अमृत, into nectar. शत्रु मित्रता करने लगता है. Animals become friends. समुद्र गाय के खुर के बराबर. The ocean becomes small like a hooves of the cows, such a small. और अग्नि में शीतल और and fire becomes cool when the Lord becomes in the heart. So all big come or small, you just have to keep the Lord in the heart and go. If you do not keep the Lord in the heart, when people go to like Western culture, lot of opulence, they forget, they get enthroned in their opulence and do all wrong things. But if you are continuously chanting the Lord in heart, you go to any place in the world, it doesn't affect you at all. Because of the power of the Holy Spirit, I am not, when I giving example, I am not speaking out of pride, as much mercy I am showing you. I came here, he says, what should I take you, what should I show you? I said, I am not interested, what is there to see? I have come to do Hari Katha, to just chant his name. I said big roads, tall buildings, what is there? Or garden, I've seen lot of there is nothing to be seen. Because I had no liking, if there's some temple or there's some Harikatha, I will have to go there. If there, I have no purpose doing all this. Or if didn't have this Harikatha Harina with me, I would have gone to some discos or some this and fallen track and in all that and fallen down. Because of the Harinam and the Harikatha, I had no inclination to visit any of these places. He said, you call me for Katha, I am ready to, I will be most happily doing, and nothing to be seen in this world, because after seeing Lord, after cutting Lord, everything is gone. The whole universe is in Lord. If you get Him, you have got everything. If you don't have, you have got nothing with Him. You hear the pastors, they are so nectarian, you will become mad. You don't need to take any drink else to get a kick after hearing the holy Katha of the Lord. So this happens once you get a higher taste, then the lower taste goes away. Then this is what she said. और ये सुमेरु पर्वत उसके लिए रश किस्मत, the mountain like problems become like a dust. जैसे श्री राम जी एक बार भी कृपा करके ले किया, जिस to whom the Lord has seen once, put his glance here once. तब हनुमान जी बहुत ही छोटा रूप धारण किया, भगवान का स्मरण करके नगर में प्रवेश किया. Then what did हनुमान do? He again became very small and went inside. Why? To study, you have to become small. I think it's 9:30.
9:30.
So I please the what obstacles further he is going to get, how he is going to, of course, only for the holy name he is going to overcome, no doubt about it. But just to practically understand this, how we overcome to the holy name and what difficulty we are going to face. This other thing she explained, he is a thief. So devotees are considered like thieves and rascals and all. People misunderstand them. But again, by the power of the holy name, what happens? Then they are afterward considered as a devotee. All these problems arise. Suppose people will talk to you about him, oh, he is bad, so and so. Because Hanuman was also a thief. He didn't feel disheartened. By the power of holy name, she came to the senses and she is often showing him the way. See, the holy name and the name and the Lord will show you the way to go. All furthermore difficulties, how to attain bhakti and what happens after you attain bhakti will lead tomorrow. Because 9:30 now. Have you understood? Anything you want to ask? Any difficulty? Any so far on what I have spoken? Nothing sure? I can stop.
You mentioned about the lady giving them refreshments like food.
Yes.
Who is that lady?
Shani was Swam Prabha. When the Lord always helps your devotees. Her name was Swam Prabha. She gave them refreshment and everything. And then afterwards she went to meet Lord Ram in Badrika Ashram, and there she did meditation and then she got liberated. So the Lord knows my devotees are going to come, they are going to face a problem. But I have to help them. So someone or the other, he gives them to help always, to go mercy. And they are all my devotees on my mission. He knows what practical difficulties are there, and I have to help a devotee. And why? Because they were chanting the name of Lord. So this is how Lord helps a devotee. He gives someone or the other to help you. You are never alone. In short, you are never alone if you are chanting. The Lord will always send some, or He will Himself come in some. You will not recognize Him in from a relative or in from a friend or anybody or a stranger, and He will help you. And further, how He reaches bhakti, what more difficulties He experiences. Now these are just the beginning. He will experience still further more problems. And how Hanuman is able to reach, and after getting bhakti, what happens, we'll be reading tomorrow. Okay.
Hare Ram 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 जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे